What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news and updates regarding content in the 30th anniversary pack. And today Bungie have extra patch notes including changes to the Lake of Shadows, plus some of the new exotics are causing trouble with certain mods, so we've got updates on that, tips on triggering the lightning round in the Dares of Eternity, and additionally the Forerunner catalyst has been found. We're also going to talk about free loot from Forsaken Ciphers and the dawning for 2021, including new mechanics and an updated Stasis sword. But before we get into it guys, this video is sponsored by the free mobile game, a secret that you may have heard about. It's Raid Shadow Legends. And Raid is available to play right now for free on mobile and PC. It comes with more than 600 awesome champions to play, with unique factions, lore, and tons of character attributes which can be customized to suit your combat style. Raid Shadow Legends has some pretty serious challenges, not least the newest and scariest boss in the game, the Hydra. This boss has multiple heads, each one more savage than the last, with their own mechanics that can rot your champions from the inside, deal your damage back to you, but the Hydra can also cloak itself in poison, and the newest boss fight is filled with puzzles and rewards, dropping some of the best artifacts in the game. And one of the best things about Raid Shadow Legends is that it rewards playtime, allowing for customization through artifacts, plus you can spend shards at the portal to acquire new champions, and use the tavern to do various upgrades, and these champions have got plenty of different combat mechanics to play around with. On top of that, this month Raid has festive events planned. They've also recently added a new champion based on esports legend Simple. This champion is free to both new and old players who log in for 7 days between now and January 28th, which is pretty awesome. And if you want to get a huge head start, then follow the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen, and new players will get access to an epic hero called Einar, plus 200k silver, an XP boost, an energy refill, and an ancient shard that lets us summon a champion immediately. You'll even get bonus rewards in your inbox for 30 days, which is pretty awesome, so if you want to check that out, be sure to follow the link down below. And now as we get into the Destiny content, DMG tweeted and he said we've got another round of missed patch notes from the team, and these are from the update on Tuesday. And so firstly, you can now reset a reputation with unclaimed materials if there are no unique items in the current resets item list. And they give the example of things like emblems. They also fixed a bug where rank reset dialogues could appear during activities. Plus the Grandmaster Nightfall catch-up node is now available to all players who have claimed the base Conqueror seal, and Grandmaster catch-up activities will only be accessible if the Fireteam leader has not yet completed the associated Gilded Triumph. They also fixed a map exploit on the top of tree near Mill on the Dead Cliffs. Plus the Trials activity node now displays potential rewards when playing on a 7-win ticket. And the respawn timer for Clash, Control, Rumble, and Iron Banner has been increased to 7 seconds from 5 seconds. Plus finally, Grask the Consumed, also known as the easiest strike boss in the game, has a bone to pick with Guardians who've been disrespectful in Grandmaster Nightfalls. Be wary next time you attempt to farm Lake of Shadows. So some kind of change to the boss in the Lake of Shadows right there. It'll be interesting to see how it affects Nightfalls, but let us know if you've got any idea of what they've done to that strike boss. Additionally though, DMG clarified that Well of Radiance's sword can now be frozen by a Duskfield grenade and other freeze volumes, but it doesn't apply to Guardians in a well. And additionally, it points out that they made a mistake with the patch notes for Controverse Hold, and the duration is 1.75 seconds and not 1.4 seconds. Now on to 30th anniversary content, Bungie Help tweeted and said due to an issue where the Forerunner exotic sidearm could get free ammo, we've disabled the Sidearm Reserve's chest armor mod. So that armor mod was causing an issue and currently can't be used. DMG points out that they didn't want this to affect special ammo in PvP, or to affect the ability tuning that the team has done for the release. And so we'll see when they update that one, and of course the Forerunner Catalyst has now been found, and is confirmed to unlock via Xur's rank 16 reward, the Anomalous Access card. Getting access to that grants the actual quest for the Catalyst, where you need to complete the Dares of Eternity with a fantastic score, and that'll give a missing part for the Forerunner, which then in turn unlocks the Catalyst, which grants the perk of the Rock, and for several seconds after a final blow, you can complete the alternate weapon action to consume part of your ammo reserves, converting your next thrown grenade into a fragmentation grenade. So pretty cool, but a bit of a grind to get up to rank 16 on Xur right there. And on the subject of Dares of Eternity, Tom Farnsworth from Bungie said, FYI, the lightning round has a random chance to occur at the end of any Dares of Eternity run. And so there is no direct trigger to actually get the lightning round, but he says playing efficiently increases the odds of seeing it, but also playing the legend difficulty will increase the odds a bit as well. So presumably the quicker we complete rounds and complete objectives, the more likely it is to see the lightning round, but it's essentially never guaranteed. So it's good to get that clarification there. And on the subject of rewards, something that may affect Forsaken owners, but Bungie have added Forsaken Ciphers to the game, and these are available in the exotic monument in the tower near the vaults if you own the Forsaken Pass or own the original Forsaken expansion. And they can be used to acquire Forsaken exotics you don't own, so if there are any you need to pick up, you can spend them on those, but for veteran players, they're still pretty useful because you can claim them and trade them for Ascendant shards. So at the very least, if you own the Forsaken expansion, you can get those 3 free shards by going to the Forsaken section on the Monument of Lost Light. DMG also pointed out that the dungeon debuts Artifice armor, which is a reward specifically for the Master difficulty of the new dungeon. And basically you get the same armor drops in Normal or Master with the exception of the Master difficulty drops having an extra mod slot. And the extra slot is exclusively for artifact mods, so it'd be possible technically to have things like 2 anti-champion mods, as well as a reload mod, which is pretty cool. So that's an extra layer of reward for the dungeon. Now though, let's speak about the Dawning for 2021, and it looks like the event is going to kick off next week, on the 14th of December with the weekly reset. And some stuff we know about the event via the database right here is that there are a couple of new quests, so they take a kind of similar format to previous years where we go around visiting different vendors and pick up materials to bake cookies with, and there are new ones for the year like the Ascendant Apple Tart and the Starward Thins, those are for Morosov and the Exo Stranger. But also from some of these quests, it looks like we're going to get access to some weapons for Dawning, and they include the sword Zephyr, which we had in one of the previous events. That looks to be returning this year, but has been updated with stasis damage, which is pretty cool, and can even roll with a new perk as we can see, Cold Steel, where powered sword hits slow targets. And so at least some interesting updates to old Dawning weapons, but also the Glacioclasm fusion rifle has been updated with new perks. So it looks like it probably will be dropping, and currently listed on the perks, it is capable of combining Subsistence and Reservoir Burst, so that could be pretty exciting. And otherwise there will be that focus on baking and cosmetic items, although throwable snowballs look to be returning, this time with various upgrades. So we can see here the gift that keeps on giving, shattering frozen combatants causes them to drop snowballs. Long Winter, which increases the duration of slow effects applied by snowballs. Longer Winter, which increases the amount of slow effects applied to combatants damaged by snowballs, and then Longest Winter, where snowballs instantly freeze combatants damaged by them, as well as Stay Frosty, where snowballs leave a stasis mine on impact. And so the snowballs are going to have more perks and kind of combat utility potentially, and also interact a little bit with stasis, which is interesting. Plus there appear to be other Dawning associated upgrades we can do, like Bountiful Harvest, where Dawning bounties reward an additional random ingredient, one that allows them to reward a small amount of Dawning Essence, and Merrymaker, which allows us to receive a boon of friendship each day from Evil Avante, then 2 perks that modify weapon drops, so Dawning weapons have a chance to drop with an additional perk in the right column, and Dawning weapons have a chance to drop with an additional perk in the left column. On top of that, we do have an updated Dawning armor set for the year, and this is the Dendrite set, which will be available for all 3 characters, I believe, through Eververse. And so it should be interesting, and there'll probably be at least a couple of things to go after for most players. And let us know if you're likely to jump into any Dawning content this year down in the comments section. But otherwise for today guys, that's what we have to round up in this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it as always, and if you have, a rating down below really does help us out on the channel. But also if you're new to the channel, be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you up to date with everything related to Destiny 2. But otherwise, thank you as always for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.